Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Get Motivated and Fit TV. If you're new to the channel, the concept behind Get Motivated is to get more out of life. So today's video, I want to start off with giving I guess like a praise report. This is something that happened on my route, and I've been meaning to get on here and let y'all know what happened. And I just, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to let y'all know. So this individual, he got on my bus and he just started venting, right? It was just him and me. And he's like, "You won't believe what happened, sir." And I'm like, "What's up?" And he tells me, he's like, I was on the phone talking to my girl, and I guess her brother got arrested, the night before, because this was early morning. So he's like, I'm there with her on the phone, pacing back and forth. He goes, I set my bag down on the bench. Because, well, when I finally got off the phone with her, and I composed myself. He's like, I couldn't find my bag. And I'm like, oh man, like, sorry to hear that. And he goes, I'm not worried about the bag. And I'm like, you're not? And he goes, no. He goes, all that there was in there was 4 caps, and he goes, but my W-2s were in there. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I told him, like, is there any way you can call your employer to get your W-2s? And he's like, nah, that's not even the case. He's like, he goes, all that they need to do is, come up with a fake ID with my name, and then they can use that, and there you go. So I was just like, man, like, are you sure? But it's crazy because the whole time he was just being positive about the situation. And when he got to a stop, like, something told me, like, hey, let me go ahead and just tell him, like, hey, thank you for being so positive. And before he got off the bus, he was just like, hey, you know what, I appreciate you for that. That means a lot. And I'm like, yeah, most definitely. Because, and I told him, like, me being here, like, I get passengers, they're going through something, and they take it all on me. And I'm like, I appreciate you that even though you're going through what you're going through, you've been positive on the whole situation. And he goes, yeah, he goes, thank you. And and he got off, and then I picked him up on my way back, and he was in his Sunday's best because he was on his way to church. And I guess that's what I'm trying to get at is, how many times, we go through stuff in life that, things happen unexpectedly. And it's just like, man, like, we get so easily caught up in our emotions. We get upset, we get frustrated, we start to panic, we start to worry. But when you really think about it, it's like, if you take a step back, take a breather, like, is it going to change the situation? Like, probably not. And I had to learn that, the hard way, because for me, it was always about my finances, like, back then. And even recent, like, I kid you not, like, when I went regular, I took a pay cut. I didn't think it was gonna be that drastic, and it was. And 2 weeks ago, I was bugging out. I was, I had a panic attack. I did. Like, I get paid every 2 weeks. So by that Wednesday of when I'm gonna get paid, that Friday, that Wednesday, I go online and see how much I'm gonna get paid, so I can start planning out what needs to get set to the side for my bills, and all that stuff. So when I saw how much I was getting paid, I was just like, and I still had to set a good amount to the side for rent, and I was just, how am I gonna do it? I'm like I'm at rock bottom. And but I knew, like, you know what, I can't let this take over me. I can't let it consume me, because I need to make something happen. Like, I can't just, stress out. I can't worry. I can't panic. And the next morning, I reached out to my aunt, in Laredo, because I've always see her. Well, we talk here and there, and she's always, she's at Walmart about to make a delivery. So I asked her, like, what is it that you do, right? So she sent me the app, Spark. I'm like, I gotta do something. I have to. I always talk about making extra money. I always talk about, and so I did that, but here in town, all the positions were filled up. So I'm like, okay, I gotta pivot. So I came across DoorDash, right? And I started the process 2 weeks ago on a Thursday. I got approved Friday. So Friday I got the okay to start door dashing. I didn't do anything Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, I gotta start. So I did for a few hours on Sunday after my full time, right after my full time job, and just for about 2 hours, I made $50. I'm like, well, okay, cool. But my biggest thing was I don't wanna, cause I'm skeptical, right? Like it's like I everything that I've done with DoorDash, it's just been through the phone. Like I haven't talked to anybody like over the phone. I haven't. So I'm like, I was skeptical because it's like, man, I'm putting my personal information on this app, and I'm like, is it legit? And then what if I'm over here working and they say I'm gonna get paid this, and then come payday, I don't, and they just take my money. So I didn't want to do too much. That was my thing too. I didn't want to do too much Friday, Saturday. I'm like, you know what, Sunday, because you do get paid every Monday. You do get paid every Monday. So I was like, you know what, let me just do that Sunday, and if it's true, that I get paid, great. And then from there, I'll attack it more as the days go on. So yeah, that Sunday, I just did a couple hours, 2.5 hours, and I got paid $50. That Tuesday, because I have direct deposit, so it can take up to 3 days to for the check to hit. So for me, my check hit Tuesday morning. I'm like, great. So from there, I was already thinking, doing the math. Okay, well, if I took my pay cut, I'm short this much. I gotta make sure that every week, this is my goal that I need to get, and go from there. So that's been a reason why I haven't been doing these videos, because I've been busy with my full time. I've been busy door dashing, and then going to the gym, and then being with my kids. So it's yeah, it's taking, it's like finding the time to make these videos and then just release them. And it's been challenging, it has. But that's, I kind of felt like I got a little off track, but that's basically going back to the beginning. It's like, I could have, just like that gentleman on the bus, right? He stayed positive the situation with what he was going through. And for me, even before, in the past, like I would always, like, with the finances, I was always stressing out. I was always bugging out about, like, how am I gonna make it. But like, I kid you not, like, you know like, if you really think about it, like, is it gonna change the situation that I'm in? Like, for me, like, no, it's not. Not if I don't do anything about it. And as crazy as it was, that even though, you know, 2 weeks ago I saw my check, what I was gonna get, I still made it work. Like, I still made it work where I paid off the bills. I had some left over, but it was just, I guess, in my, emotion, in my emotional being. Like, I let that get the best of me, where 2 weeks ago I was bugging out. Like, I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning. But again, right, it's like, you know I gotta go out there and make it happen. And you know and DoorDash is great. Everybody has their own opinion, to where, like, nah, it's just a waste. Or, but I mean, it's a good way to make some decent money, and then you get paid every week. Like, I mean, why not? Yes, it is 1099. Yes, you don't get paid by the hour, so to speak. But I mean, you get paid off of tips. Plus, DoorDash just give you like a little base pay. So even if the customer doesn't tip, like, DoorDash will still pay you something. And at the beginning, for me, this is just my second week, but the first week, I was nonstop, just taking orders left and right, left and right. And they have a rating system. And now I'm at the point now, because my rate is it's up there. Now what DoorDash does is, they won't just give me any order. I have priority to get one of the higher paying orders first. So now it's like, I don't have to work a lot, and that one or two orders will put, 40, 50 bucks in my pocket, for however many hours I work. But it's been good, it's been good. But it's just, it takes a toll because, I'm driving my full time job, then I come home, rest up for a little bit, and go out there to DoorDash and come home, go to the gym. So it's, and you think about it, right? And it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure you're asking yourself, okay, so are you staying busy, getting ahead, or are you staying busy getting by? And it's one of those things. It's all our perspective. But for me, I knew that once I took that pay cut, I knew it was like, okay, I gotta make something happen. Now, yes, I can just go back on the board and make, great money. But for me, my mental health is more important than the pay. I'd rather be where I'm at right now, have my set schedule. I know when I go in, I know when I get out, and I'm able to, to do the DoorDash on the side. And even if I don't want to, like, if I don't need to for whatever reason, like, at least I know it's there, right? But for right now, like, just the fact that I'm getting paid every week, shit, I'll take it. I will. And the number that I have in mind, like, that's the number that I want to hit. And for me, I work, since I'm off Thursdays and Fridays, those are my days when I DoorDash. And then Saturdays and Sundays I get out early from my full-time job. So at least I try to do the on Saturdays I try to do from like 3 to 6:30. Sunday, same thing, 3 to 6:30, and just make extra money, right? And then, that Tuesday I get paid and do it again, the rest of the week. Right? But if y'all are looking for extra money, that's one way. That's one way to do it. I mean, for me, it's also a little challenging because, yes, you do have to put, gas. You're putting miles in the car, and then sometimes you don't know where you're going, right? Sometimes, I mean, you can deny the order, but when you deny the order, your rating goes down. So that's something to think about too. So for me, I've only had to deny one order, and that was because my phone was about to die. Like, that was the last thing that I wanted. I didn't want to be on a delivery, and I'm on my way to this customer's house, and my phone dies. So that was the only reason why I denied the order. But since then, I've accepted every single one. If I have to drive on the other side of town, so be it. But for the most part, it's been somewhat within the same area, but it's still a good little drive, right? But hope y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe, and hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are blessed, and I'll see y'all on the next one.